not worried about competition. I'm not worried about any of that. I like to talk with my competitors.
You found the Live Local Marketing Podcast, where business owners share their knowledge about what's working in the market today. Welcome. Thanks for joining us at the Live Local Marketing Podcast. Today, we're with Mark Lane. Sir, how are we feeling today?
Great. How about you?
I'm doing good. If I was any better, it'd be you. I forgot my Irish hat, though. Like we said before we hit collect, I have a few. Yeah. Had I known that we were getting ready for that, I would have worn it. We could have matched, but that's all right. We're good. We're doing good today.
Yeah, I got
all
some
right, so we'll do a little
on the blue ones.
You got some green ones too? Oh, yeah, we're a few days away, but St. Patrick's on a Tuesday, which I see is a little disappointing. Tuesday is more of a work day, but we'll find a way to celebrate a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do a little bit of background about Mark, so that way you have an understanding of who he is, and then we'll hop right into the questions. So Mark is president owner of Eco York LLC. It's founded in 2009 with the mission of building software that helps businesses work smarter and grow faster. Since its founding, Eco York has evolved into a software and technology company focused on automation, AI-driven platforms, industry-specific business tools, innovation, and strategic acquisitions. He has developed powerful solutions for HVAC, home performance, and the service industries. And then today, he continues to create modern software platforms, trending websites, including CRM systems, load calculation tools, AI-powered automations, result-driven marketing strategies, and execution used by businesses worldwide. So it's a lot of experience and a lot of great areas that I'm excited to get into. Are you ready for the questions?
I am.
All right. Talk to us today about, as an entrepreneur, your first win.
So I think my first win probably came a couple years after being in business and just being able to finally learn how to delegate. I was always kind of one to kind of take on everything myself. I started my businesses. I've owned 4 over my career, and I started out as a developer, so I was in the trenches doing everything. I still do a little bit of that now, but I have teams in different areas that focus on different things. I don't dive into the code and stuff like that. But in order to get my business to the next level, I really needed to learn how to not want to do everything myself, and be able to help kind of guide the teams in different ways. It's really worked well the past couple of years. It's helped with our growth strategy. It's helped me offer more opportunity for my clients or potential clients, and then also just education in general. I've done a lot of educational type videos, and my presentations have been more educational focused towards my audiences. If I would be in the trenches doing the coding, the work, and the selling, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without the team behind us. And I think the second part of that win too is trusting your team too. So as you build the teams out, you have to trust them to take care of certain things. You can still continue to guide them, I think, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you definitely don't want to be kind of a micromanager in that sense. So I trust my team to get things done and communicate directly with the clients, that sort of thing. So I would count that as my first win, which didn't happen overnight. So
nice. So my question always is, how did you decide who those first hires were going to be? Was it based on things you don't enjoy? Was it based on time sucks? What were the catalysts to know who your first few hires should be?
Yeah. So I didn't really think of the first hire in that sense, I guess. But when you look at it now that I'm kind of stepped back a little bit, when you look at it, it's really things that you're kind of doing maybe on a repetitive basis that you can essentially kind of help guide someone into that type of position. I think is a good strategy there. We were lucky enough. I started an internship program over 8 years ago, and that ended up being a perfect opportunity as a training mechanism to. I had an internship program. It's a free learning experience. Interns would come from different colleges, they still do, and they would go through the internship program, and then I would end up actually hiring them after. I have 3 people actually that have come through the internship program currently. I had a total of probably 5 over the years. So that it's been a great recruiting tool. I don't have to do the whole interviews as much anymore or anything like that. So
that's a great idea. And that's making my head want, like, kind of The hamster wheel's starting to turn in my head now a little bit too. That's great. All right. So all those years, all of experiences, all the different things you've done and all the knowledge, what would you consider your best habit to be?
Best habit. That's a tough one. I guess my best habit is uh, I think the way that I manage the team. I
Mm.
think communication with them. I started about a year ago in January. I started doing what's called a coffee talk with the team members.
That's good.
So once a month, I would give them. I would put it in the schedule. It would be the same time every month. Sometimes we would have to move the schedules around and things like that, but it would be 15 20 minutes or so. And I called it their meeting, basically, where we would get in a Zoom meeting because my team's all over the country. We would get in a Zoom meeting. We would talk about kind of what their wins are that month, what their goals are. If they are having any issues with certain things, it was kind of their meeting to talk about those types of things. And then, of course, if they needed any tools, because I'm in the sense from developing software and things like that. I've always built tools for businesses to help them perform more efficiently. So I want to make sure
Yeah.
that my team also has the right tools in place to help them with their day to day kind of thing. So I always ask that question once a month. Uh, is there anything else that we can do, or is there a tool maybe that we need to switch to? I maybe share some things that I'm working with so that they understand kind of if I'm experiencing a certain tool that's helping me, maybe it'll help them as well. So we always have those conversations, and it's been great. I think the team's happy, and we get things done. But they also have the opportunity to talk on one-on-one
Yeah.
with me as well once a month. So
Do you use like certain apps as well, like maybe a Slack or maybe like those types of things? A quick break before we get to that next answer, because I know that answer is going to be brilliant, which is why I chose this moment to interrupt. If you love what you're seeing and you want to run your business off of warm marketing referrals, visit our website, livelocalwarmmarketing.com. It's got valuable resources, office hours, memberships, the book, an array of resources to help you get rid of cold calls, cold leads, door knocking, and run a business you can be proud of through referrals and warm marketing. Now, back to the show.
yes, we use Slack internally. So I, I
Got
I
it.
do have two businesses. So we have two different Slack channels for those.
Got it.
But I probably have a total of 4 or 5 Slacks that I'm in right now. But
Got it. Got it. So those things help the communication move along
yeah,
quite a bit faster. Yeah, that makes sense. So with all the different things you're doing CRM stuff, you're doing website things, you got a hands in a few things. Talk to us about one of your favorite marketing strategies right now that you're just loving.
yeah. So I'm definitely enjoying the videos. I haven't done as many this year, but one thing that I started doing last year, and I was never a person to get in front of the camera. I never really enjoyed that kind of that part of it. But this year, which it's interesting. So last year I started doing a lot of videos on our YouTube channel for Eco York. So we have a YouTube channel. You can search Eco York on there, and I did a lot of educational videos. I tried to do about 2 to 3 a month, and they were mostly YouTube shorts. So they were pretty short clips. But I tried to give a lot of tips out there, things that businesses can do or learn about themselves. They can do certain things themselves if they want to. So it's free advice essentially that I'm putting out there, educational. They could also reach out to us, of course, if they needed to get to the next level past that. But I started doing that last year, and I was pretty consistent with it up until about the end of the year. Of course, you get through the holidays and other things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then one of my goals that I put in my head for the end of the year was to get on more podcasts, and and
Here we are.
it was kind of interesting because I've probably been invited to at least one podcast a week since the beginning of the year. It
Wow.
seems,
That's a lot.
or virtual presentations because I do a couple virtual networking groups and things like that. So I've done a couple virtual presentations. So by the time I get done with these, I haven't been able to do my own videos with
Nice.
everything else that I have. So I haven't got as many on our YouTube channel this year as I would have liked. But I have a list now. Luckily, I have a team behind me, so they've given me a list of topics that they feel would be good for me to talk about. And my plan is to now in the spring here in the second quarter to kind of go through that list and put some videos together. So
that's awesome. Yep.
yeah.
Visually, you got to get in front of those cameras, man. So that's all right. So that actually feeds us into the next kind of topic. So video marketing. So you've talked about it a little bit already. So let's break it down a little bit more in deep detail. So you have the YouTube videos and you use that as marketing, use it as education. Do you ever break it down into like clippables and stuff too? Do you put it on other platforms or you just stick to YouTube? Tell us a little bit more about that process.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So I just mentioned about us getting on more podcasts. I'm not able to do as many of my shorts. So my team came to me actually, and they have some team members that can do some video editing. And what they're doing is they're actually looking at this because I've been getting the clips and everything from the podcast that I've been on. So they've been going in and starting to edit those with different graphics, kind of taking the backgrounds away, that kind of thing. And the videos have started to turn out pretty good. So I probably have about 2 or 3 podcasts that they're looking at right now and kind of figuring out which clips we can take out of there for the YouTube shorts. So I think that's going to help me get some more YouTube shorts out there without having to do separate videos for those.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you're using the
working
longs,
very well.
you're using the shorts, and there's actually, I think YouTube has a podcast section now. Are you utilizing that one as well?
So last year when I set up our YouTube channel, I did set us up as originally a playlist.
Got it.
But I switched that over to the podcast section because it gives a little bit more visibility when it's in the podcast section. I haven't invited anyone on like ours to do like something like this. I've been more or less attending other ones. Maybe that'll be my 2027 goal or something. But
There you
I got to
go.
take a little steps at a time, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, good. So you have do you put it on other stuff as well, or you just stick right to YouTube? Like, do you have it in emails? Do you put it on your website? Do you have it on LinkedIn? Like, what other things are we doing?
Yeah. So on ecoyork.com, we have, we call it
Okay,
EcoYork TV. And we've been
got it.
putting our videos on there from the
Yeah,
podcast, also our shorts. And then, of course, we put it on our socials. So Facebook stories, LinkedIn as well, and then Instagram as well. So.
gotcha. So it seems like you have that underway, and you're doing the videos, and it's really working for you. You do some workshops and educational stuff. Let's move back into like the client space. When you land a client and you start working with them, and you're creating the systems, the automations, the websites, how do you pull the branding from them to determine what the look should be, the icons, all those things? Like, how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, so we do have an onboarding questionnaire that we put so initially when I meet with a client, we have a consultation. So we get on a call, kind of figure out what they're looking for, what hurdles they might have, what pain points, that kind of thing. That helps us guide them whether or not do they need a new website. Are they looking at, do they need actually custom software? Or do they need a software solution maybe that already exists? And I can kind of guide them in that way. When it comes to the website, I have different onboarding forms. So our SEO has a separate one. Our website has one. Our social media marketing, we have an onboarding form for that. And in those, we have a lot of different questions. So asking them about when it comes to the website, what websites do you like? So when I talk with a potential client, it's not a website maybe in your industry. It can be any website out there. Maybe you like the way that this flows with the navigation. Maybe you like the way that they have sliders or videos incorporated within there. So that kind of gives us a little bit of an idea when we
Nice.
go to the next step to either choose a template maybe that we could utilize to help speed things along, or if we need to do something a little bit more custom, or a mix of the two. But those questions typically help guide us in those directions.
Do you advise that when you're creating top SEO on for a website that they incorporate videos and short clips and things like you're doing? And if so, does that slow down the viewership? Like the viewers can't see the videos as clearly because of the speed and so forth.
So when it comes to hosting videos, I always recommend to use something like YouTube or Vimeo
Got
or
it.
something like that to embed because that will help. I do look at the hosting aspect of a website too. So if we're building a website for a client, I help guide them in different hosting environments depending on the type of website that we're planning on building. Because there are certain hosts that I'm just like not use that, or we can't. I don't want to build it on that particular hosting company's web
Got
host.
it.
So
Got it.
yeah, that
Hey,
and all that kind of helps them with the speed. We do have some plugins too. WP Rocket's a popular one that people can add to WordPress websites. Um, if you're on SiteGround, they have their own optimization plugin, and those can help speed up the websites and caching and things like that too.
Gotcha. Well, that's some good advice. That's awesome. So you also do AI, and I'm sure AI is a part of it. What are some of your favorite uses of AI at this time?
Yeah, so I've been using it a lot for so I used ChatGPT a good bit in the beginning, and I used it a lot for ideas for
Mm,
like topics and things like that. So for YouTube Shorts, sometimes I would use it. It would help me kind of script out too a little bit to
yeah.
kind of keep me on topic when I'm doing those. I've also used Manus.im, which
Oh,
is a
okay.
really cool. So I use that for a Google slide presentation. So I was invited a couple
Oh,
weeks ago to do a virtual presentation. It was last minute, and I was looking for a way to put together a presentation to do. And Manus.im, I was able to put the topics together, get the slides and the branding all done through the AI within about 5 minutes.
wow.
So it saved me a
Wow.
ton of time. I've started to
Cool.
switch over to Claude. So I started a project actually last Wednesday. It was more or less a hobby type project, but to get me into the Claude code itself. And I've almost built the tool in about a year or a week, I'm sorry, where it's almost ready to launch, just how fast I've been able to go. The thing about AI, though, is you need to know what questions to ask and how to guide it. If you don't know, what you don't know, you're gonna put garbage in, garbage out. That's a
Yeah,
popular
that's right.
phrase.
Yeah.
And if you don't know exactly how to ask the AI certain questions, it's just going to come back with a standard answer, or it's going to come back with
Yeah.
like kind of a mediocre type of response. Same thing with coding too. If you're building, you can build a lot of cool templates and websites and things like that with Claude actually. But if you don't know how to tell it to secure certain things, like security wise, or do you need to password protect this, or do you need to make sure that the code that it's creating is
Yeah.
not vulnerable to any kind of hacking and things like that. So you need to know the types of questions and things to tell
Yeah.
the AI to make sure that it puts those types of security measures in place, because it's not going to do it by default.
That's crazy. It's so easy for us to step into that space and all of a sudden just create stuff without knowing what we're doing and just assume that the AI is feeding it for us. That those are great warnings for us all to handle. Okay, so before we get to your business and let you do the outro, my one more question is going to be: you've been doing this for a while. You started as a developer. You said, talk to us about the confidence that you've grown over the years to be able to create your own business, to bring on the internships, like. Talk to us about how that grew and the things that helped you build that confidence.
Yeah, so I have a background. I went to Penn State back in 2001 to 2005. I have a bachelor's degree from there, so I have the education behind it. I started my first business in '07 to '09, and in that business, I did have some business partners. It was kind of my first taste of the business. I had done subcontracting from about '03 till about that time when I started that company. When I sold that business, I started Eco York in 2009. So we've been around a while. I still have clients from the beginning, which is pretty cool to
Wow.
have that. And in those years, I think what really helped me was when I started joining some networking groups in 2011, and started to meet like-minded business owners, be able to learn a little bit about how to do presentations, get in front of a group of people and talk about certain things. I think that's really helped me grow over the years. Um, but fast forward a little bit, in 2016 is when I had the opportunity to buy my other company, which is the Energy Design Systems, where we focus
Mm,
on software for residential HVAC contractors. I actually owned that business. That's the one that I sold back in 2009,
hmm.
actually. And I had the opportunity to purchase it back. And I think my confidence really came when I started to be able to hire on team
Okay.
members and be able to help communicate with them. And the internship program was a big thing because I was sharing my knowledge. I was kind of seeing essentially people in school doing what I was doing, learning certain things, and they had a lot of great knowledge, a lot of cool ideas, and they were ambitious about certain things too, certain interns. So um, I think that helped, just seeing kind of the youth be interested in certain things, and then that I
That's
was
cool.
actually sharing knowledge and they were appreciative of that. There were a lot of interns who sent me thank you letters and things like that over the years, just for the knowledge that I shared with them. And I personally, I love to share what I know. I don't like to, like, there's some businesses that just kind of keep everything tight, and they don't share and things like that. I'm not worried about competition. I'm not worried about any of that. I like to talk with my competitors and get on calls and things like that, because there's enough business out there for everybody. There's tons of web work, tons of software work. My company's diversified enough that I'm not worried about any of that, and
That's pretty cool.
we have a good reputation, so I'm happy about that, and the team that we have behind us. So
There's a lot of fascinating things. There's definitely the AI stuff was great stuff. The internship has my hamster wheel going. Like I said before, that is a cool little program. I'm only looking for young energy in my business. So that was a really cool program too. So talk to us and take us out. Where can people find more information about your business and set up a meeting to chat with you?
yeah, so just visit ecoyork.com as our website. There is a chat bot on there. Of course, it has AI integrated into it. So if you ask it certain questions, it's going to come back and answer certain questions for you. We have a schedule tool on our website. So if you're looking for a free consultation, you can use the regular meeting links on there. We do have a shared calendar with our team, so other team members might jump on those calls instead of me. If you'd like to get on with me, there is a one-on-one option on there that will go directly to my calendar, and individuals can schedule that anytime as well. I'm more than happy to get on calls. We do have a free website audit on our website, so any company
That's
can go
good.
on there and just run a free audit. They'll get a full PDF of kind of what their score is and everything like that. So
That's cool.
I encourage people to utilize the tools that we have on our website, and we do have a we recommend page on there that has a lot of neat tools that we're utilizing ourselves that we recommend. But yeah, that those are good ways
That's cool.
to get a hold of us.
And the YouTube channel. I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna
and the
jump on the
YouTube
YouTube
channel.
channel.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So we appreciate all of your knowledge, your information, and these practical strategies you shared with us today. Thank you for joining us and enlightening us.
yeah. Thanks, Billy. Appreciate it.
And if authentic practical marketing resonates with you, be sure to visit livelocalwarmmarketing.com and learn to grow your business on warm marketing referrals.